1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, Earle Pughe here. Today I'm looking at another fiddle tune. It's in the key of D. However, we're going to play it on the guitar in the key of C, but capoed on 2, so that it sounds like the key of D. That's going to give us the best use of open strings. So it's an AABB tune. That means there's an 8-measure section. And we'll play it again with a very slightly different ending that will lead us into a different section. And we'll play that section, we'll play that again, and then end it. So even though it's got 4 sections, in terms of counting, it has really 2 sections. And they're each played twice. I did this arrangement intentionally to have no ties, no dots, no syncopation, so that it doesn't mean that it's easy to play well, but it does mean that it's easier to count. And so it's a good introduction to this fiddle tune. There are many people playing it much faster and much fancier, but you need to get the basic tune down first. So here's the basic tune. And we're going to play part of a C arpeggio. If you think of the C chord, we're going to play the notes on strings 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 open strings. Makes it, this is why we picked the key of C. Good use of open strings. Now we've got a scale run. So we've got E, F, E, D, C. After that scale run, we're going to go to the F chord, and if you think of the F chord, whether you play the big one or the little one, doesn't matter. We're going to take the note on string 1 and the note on string 3. So once again, it will do 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do a scale run. That's going to get us back to C. So it's really an embellished F, F, G, F, E, and then embellished D. D, E, F, D, and now we're back to the C chord, and we're going to play those same 2 notes from the C chord, strings 1 and 3, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we've got a scale run, once again. So that was the same as measure 2. E, F, E, D, C, D, E. Now we're going to have a longer scale run, and it'll go over an F chord and a G chord, 2 beats on each. So we had on the F chord F, E, D, C, and on the G chord B, G, A, B, and now we're going to go sort of straight down a C chord with 1 extra note. So if you sort of think of the C chord shape, C, A, G, E, C. So on that last note, I've got all 3 fingers down. I'm trying to get all 3 strings to ring together. Now we've got a single note at the end to lead us back to the beginning. So that was 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and now we're back to the second A. ended with those 3 fingers of the C chord down, so that's the second ending. Now we need a couple notes to get us into the B section. So we'll go E, F, and that will get us to the G note. E, F, G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So that G is the first note of the B section. 3, 4. So that was G, G, A, G, F, E, D. Now we're going to go straight up a C chord. 3 fingers down, C, E, G, C, E, C. So those 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Now we're going to do that same lick as in measure 1 of the B section, but we're aiming at a different chord, so we got to change it just a little. It starts off the same, but now we're aiming at a G chord. So instead of going straight down, there was a little jump in there. A lot of people just play it the same every time. That'll work great. I just think it's kind of cool to have it be slightly different on the middle time. So G, G, A, G, E, D, C. And now we're going to go straight up a G7 chord. G, B, D, F. So the rhythm guitar is not going to play any 7s. Straight triads, just C, F, and G. But we can put in that 7 on the over the G chord and it will sound great. So G, B, D, F. Now we're back to the C chord. We've done this before. It's same as measure 1. Now we're going to go straight up the C chord. But instead of 2 quarter notes now, we've got so that measure was straight up a C chord, C, E, G, C, E. So that E starts on beat 3, 3 and 4 and E, C, D, E. And now we've got the same as the 7th measure of the A section. Starting on the F. F, E, D, C, B, G, A, B. And we'll go straight down a C chord. And then we'll have those 2 pickup notes on 4 and, and now we'll have the whole B section again. End on that middle C. So there was in this tune we had no ties, no dots, no single eighth notes, no syncopation. So it was the pick never stops. If you watch the pick hand, it never stops. It's always going down, up, down, up, down, up. So down, 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 down. But in order to have 2 downs in a row, we have to put an up in the middle, but we're just not hitting the string. So that this hand, the pick hand, is not changing speed. That makes it easier to stay in time. This is a relatively simple tune. No accidentals. No minor chords. No 7th chords, so very, very straight ahead. But what makes it work is that it's got a great groove, and you need to remember on these fiddle tunes that they started as dance tunes. So if you don't want to tap your foot, or if you can't, if the song doesn't make you want to tap your foot, you're not playing it well. So it's a dance tune. Even if you're sitting in a chair, you should be dancing a little. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on Liberty, very straight ahead arrangement. Maybe we'll come back and do a more complicated version of it later, but it's important to get a very manageable version first. And I recommend that you really be careful on the counting and on the picking. To me, they're the same thing. Also, I have a student that can't understand why I use a heavy pick. Well, normally he plays a short scale guitar that will remain nameless, but it's a very nice guitar, but it's got 9s on it, and it's a shorter scale, and so he uses a really, really light pick, and he sounds great on that. But these acoustic guitars, if you're playing a fiddle tune on a guitar with heavier strings, in order to get enough energy into the string to get some real tone, you need to think about what kind of a pick. So I've got many different kinds. I use the so-called teardrop picks, but regardless of what size you use, you want to try different materials and different weights, and see which one is going to give you the best tone. Now, also on an acoustic guitar, remember that the sound is going out. So what it sounds like up here is not what it sounds like out there. So in order to find out what the guitar sounds like, you actually have to record it. So I recommend that you know, an iPhone or a smartphone has a recording program. Some of them are really good, some of them aren't as good, but it's effective, at least as a comparison. You might not want to make a record using that, but just to hear what the different picks sound like on your guitar. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to see you next week. Please give me a like. Please consider subscribing, and have a great week. Thank you.